Okay, what's going on, everybody? So today we're gonna be taking a look at what's in my camera bag. I recently did a trip to Denver and Columbus to cover 2 medical conferences, and Timba was actually nice enough to send me some gear to kind of help make my travels a little bit easier.
Now this is awesome. They actually sent me some little organizers for like a lot of stuff that I use, like a lot of stuff that I own. So this is great to have.
Which I'll get into in a second as well. And then also too, now with that being said, Timba's not sponsoring this video, but they did send me this gear, so I definitely want to let you all know that. But my thoughts and opinions are always my own, like with anything else I talk about. So we're gonna get straight into the bag. Now, I am coming from the Low Pro 450 AW2. That was a 24 liter bag, and this is a 32 liter bag. So this is the Axis V2, 32 liters. And out the gate, I love the build quality of this bag. I love how much more room I have to put stuff into this bag versus like how it was previously with my other bag. Like I can actually fit my FX3 top handle like with the mic and everything with like no problems, you know what I mean? Like it was a little bit more snug on a Low Pro, but this bag here has proved itself to be like lovely. Now, before I open it up and show you the contents of what's inside this bag, I do want to say that one of the things that I did have a hard time with in regards to traveling with this bag is because it's a 32 liter, it is not very friendly in regards to putting this under an airplane seat. You know what I'm saying? So number one, what I will kind of like give you advice on that is make sure you get TSA pre-check, and also make sure you can see and check to see if your airline offers like pre-boarding for media. Because also, like for those who don't know, like most airlines, either Southwest, United, like, you know, if you have media labeled gear, if you're part of media, like with a press badge and all that, a media badge, you pay like 50 bucks flat for anything like under 99 pounds. So just something to kind of keep in mind. But this, like I said, this thing was kind of very hard to sit under a seat. Like I actually had to wait till people got off first sometimes just to kind of like have to take the seat off to even get this thing from under the seat. And like sitting here trying to sit with this like with your legs tucked in, like nah, B. So if you kind of like on a packed flight, you can't put this overhead, just know that you are going to be crammed into your seat because your feet are not getting under that seat with this bag there. But out the gate, another thing that I love is, in comparison to something else, is how like this bag would just like sit up on its own. I love that, right? I love how it's built for that. And I also love the fact that the main zipper compartments to access all your gear is access to the back. Now, before we get to like the actual camera gear, I'll show you what I typically bring on my jobs. So number one, definitely bring a MacBook Pro M1 13-inch. It still gets the job done. I'm not one of those people who just go bastard just for the sake of buying it because it's new. If it works, period. Now I typically keep some ibuprofen in my bag. I just don't have with me right now because I had used it on my last trip, but I also keep some Beats. I'm gonna put my FX3 on manual focus like I thought I should, but also got some Beats headphones that I travel with. I love it because I actually use these to work out as well. And I think that's it for at least what's in that compartment there. Now I do want to be clear, this bag definitely does have like a lot of compartments in which, you know, you could like put stuff in. It's a lot of slots. I mean, air tags, galaxy tags, whatever you use, it has a slot for everything. And I do love these big straps here, along with this big old huge side pocket. And it's adjustable. So I'm pretty sure you can fit like a tripod here and then strap it down. Like I'm pretty sure this is what this side is used for. With my Low Pro, I didn't have any pockets on the side or big pockets like this, and I would have loved to have a big pocket like this on the side. So great job, Timba, for including that on this bag. I think you all nailed that like phenomenal. Now, let's get into the goodies that's in this bag. Now, one of the cameras you will not see obviously is my FX30 because it's recording for the second angle here, which let me put that on manual focus. It's recording for the second angle here, so you won't see that. I usually keep my FX30 in here. Number one, the thing I do want to touch on first will probably be like this little, what's in this pouch right here. What I keep in here are two things, and I usually put some batteries in here, which, funny enough, I got a battery in there right now. So I usually keep my batteries in this top zipper compartment up here, but I also keep a nice little handy tool. Cause sometimes, man, like when you're on jobs and you know, if you lose, like I did, like one of those little coins that go on the bottom of your camera, like your cage, you know, having like this little tube right here would be a lifesaver. So definitely want to grab This too, right? You need this. Like, I ain't gonna hold you on that. You need to have this in your bag. And everything I'm talking about, I'll link down in the description below. Now, I was hell-bent on buying a FX6, right? And one of the main reasons I wanted an FX6 because I needed variable NDs and like internally, because there were so many times I found myself out on a job and I just didn't have a variable ND with me because I didn't always want to use a matte box. But with the Nisi clear filter, whatever, true color, I bought this filter literally. Its only job is to stay in my bag. So if I'm ever in a situation where I need, you know, variable NDs or whatever the case is, right? I always have one with me, no matter what, because I always have a book bag with me, no matter what. So this stopped me from buying an FX6. I'm gonna be real with y'all, because that was the main reason I wanted an FX6. I wasn't even gonna be using an FX6 like I would my FX3 just because of the codecs and travel and compactability, like all of that. Like to me, in my opinion, I just prefer the FX3 and FX30 for my production needs, especially with the file sizes alone. Now, let's get into the rest of the contents of this bag. I have two Ninja V monitors, because like I said, I use, you know, FX3 and FX30. I keep a mic in here for my FX30. I use the Deity V3 Pro, D3 Pro. I keep that in my bag at all times. And then obviously the FX3 top handle with the mic in there as well. So that all goes in this top slot, which can be accessed up here as well from like the top zipper. And before I forget to mention, this does have a side zipper as well for you to access your camera on the side as well. I'll make sure I cover that too. We also have the 55. Funny enough, I will be selling this lens just because I want another 50. Now the dilemma is with like the reason I'm selling this lens because of autofocus. It's just not hitting no more. I was looking at the 50mm f1.4 of the Sigma, but also the 35-150. That's a $1,200 lens right now I've seen on sale. And I get a lot more versatility in that lens in comparison that I would to something like on the, you know, just a straight 50, but it is heavier. The 35-150 is super heavy. So I'm still debating on that. Haven't made up my mind. Here we also have the Rode Wireless Pros, right? Yeah, with the 32-bit flow and all that. I can fit both of these pouches, like both of these little joints, I can fit them in the same compartment. I could not do that on my Low Pro 450 AW2. So it's something to keep in mind. Like, as far as you being to get like the maximized stuff in this bag, this is the bag for that. Then we obviously have the 24-70 G Master 2. This lens here is like my tried and true. I pretty much don't take this off on none of the jobs that I do. It stays on my FX3. It stays on my FX3. Here we had a Tamron 70-180, just in case if I need like that different angle sometimes. Having a 70-180 can be very beneficial. The Tamron 70-180, it gives me some nice compression if I want that second angle. And then if I'm doing like a 3-camera setup, because if I have like my A7S III with me, I will use the 85 Sony 85 1.8, still a good lens. The color, I can notice the color's a little bit, you know, different than when I use my other Sony lenses, but you know, it's very easy to fix in post. I keep 2 V-mount batteries. You all have seen my KMTV 99-watt outer batteries. So I keep some KMTV V-mount battery because, you know, I like to have plenty of battery life when I'm on jobs. And to accompany those V-mount batteries, I keep 2 of these small rig V-mount joints in my bag as well. I actually use this now in replace of my rods. I just feel like the rods kind of like got like a little bit too cumbersome. I kind of like a small compact camera system now, especially when you travel. You're not saying trying to put rods and all that, man. Like, it was just a hassle when I did this on this last job. So I was very happy just to have 2 of these now. So I got one for my FX3 and my FX30, and they can both fit in the same slot. I did forget about the Tascam X8. So if I am traveling on a job, I still do bring XLR mics, right? So I bring a Tascam X8 to record, you know, high 32-bit flow audio. You know, I'm a big believer in having you know, multiple sources of audio. So I could run audio straight to the FX3, this top handle, but I'd rather use that for like the scratch mic, and I would rather, you know, have an external source of audio going somewhere else. If anything else fails, I still got the audio, because you can always, you know, you can forgive bad video, but not bad audio. Here, I keep all my cables that I need for, probably y'all can't see that, but in this slot, I keep all my cables and stuff that I need for my Ninja V and stuff like that, because it's like a little pouch right there, so it's just easy to keep in. And then obviously we have the FX3, which is, you know, again, it hasn't steered me wrong. I love this camera. To be real with y'all, I see no reason for me to upgrade anytime soon. I'm not, you know, the longer I've gotten into this production game, the more that I've seen, like, I just don't need to have certain things. Like, for what I'm making and for what my clients need is much bigger than a camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need great storytelling and efficiency. The camera is just like, yeah, that's a bonus, but who cares? Like, can your video help me raise money? That's what I do. I help non-for-profit association raise money with my videos. So me having a Komodo, a Black Magic, like all this new camera, like, bro, I don't need none of that, to be real with y'all. FX3, FX30, and A7S3 are bangers, right? We got whole movies shot on these, you know what I'm saying, shot on these two sensors. So like over here, you would see like this little pouch right here. In this pouch here, I keep my business cards, especially like when I'm traveling out, you know, I want to make sure that I have some business cards with me. You know, I don't really use business cards like that, but there's a lot of old money. There's a lot of old money out there who still want you to use business cards. So I got them for the old money people. You know what I mean? Old money is still good money. And I think that is it. I think that's everything that's in my bag so far. Like I'm not somebody who try to like pack my bag to the gills, if you will. When it comes to production, I try to like still travel light. But you know, this bag here, as I showed you all some clips like in other, like just in case I missed anything in my other B-roll clips that I showed you all. This bag here can, Jesus, it gets heavy. That bag there can actually fit my entire production in it. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as camera and lenses and all that stuff goes, it could fit that 35 to 17 to 28. It could fit all of that within that bag if I needed to. It will be heavy. Yeah, it will be heavy. However, you know, it gets the job done. So can't complain. So I want to say thank you again, Timber, for sending me this bag. Everything I talked about here will be listed in our description below. If you all have any questions about any of the gear that I'm using, please comment. Give the video a thumbs up. And make sure you follow me with Brookssmedia with 2 S's. If you don't have the S, you ain't spelling it right. Deuces.